What is a qubit? Well, qubits are the basis of quantum computers, but to understand qubits, we first need to understand bits. A bit in a computer is something that a computer uses to check states and to hold memory. But what is a bit? Well, a bit is simply one of two states, 0 being no electricity and 1 having electricity. But let's look at a few examples. Well, you can think of bits as a coin flip. It could either be heads or tails. However, qubits are a little bit different because a qubit could be a superposition of two states, meaning it could be 40% heads and 60% tails. But that doesn't make a lot of sense, so let's look at a better example. When we put electrons in a magnetic field, they have a north and a south pole. And here we can see the 0 state, where north is facing up and south is facing down. But we could also have the 1 state, where south is facing up and north is facing down. And that first electron represents 1, and that second one represents 0. Now, since a qubit can be a superposition, we could have an electron that looks like this, where it's not quite in the 1 position, but it's also not quite in the 0 position. Well, when we read a qubit in a computer, it snaps back to either 1 or 0. However, as we saw the percentages with the coins, there is a certain percentage it could be one over the other. And as we can see in this qubit, it's closer to the 0 state than the 1 state. That's the basis of qubits, and I'll see you next time.